All right, so just take your impact, then... Today we're changing spark plugs. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks using fuel line. Why am I even using fuel line for spark plugs? They're electrical. Why are the spark plugs on an outboard engine, and why are these ones long and blown up? Let's find out. The spark plug is like a stove igniter that lights the air-fuel mixture in the engine, pushing the piston down, turning the propeller. If your engine is running rough, stalls, or lacks power, you might have a spark plug that looks like this and needs to be replaced. Your owner's manual will tell you how often you need to change your spark plugs. On this Yamaha F150, the manual says to replace the spark plugs every year or 100 hours. Boat spark plugs should be replaced at least every year. Unlike car engines, boat engines are under high load and high RPM. Boat engines usually operate in hot, humid, wet conditions. Boats don't coast like cars, so it causes a lot of extra wear and tear on everything, including the spark plugs. Worn out spark plugs can cause lack of power, rough idling, and misfires, so it's important to keep up with this maintenance. Inspecting your spark plugs can tell you what's going on inside your engine if there's a problem. Alright, now what do you think is wrong with this engine? Listen and comment below what you think is wrong with it. If you said there's no compression, you'd be right. Look how fouled this spark plug is. The engine was only running on 3 cylinders. This is what a spark plug looks like when it totally destroys itself. The engine still ran, but it lacked power and had a misfire. You could barely hear the misfire in this case. Listen to it. We got really lucky that the metal came off the spark plug and didn't destroy the engine. Some engines have a coil-on plug setup like this. Your engine can develop a misfire too if the coil cracks. Moisture can get in the coil, causing it to ground out and not operate correctly. The coil needs to work for the spark plug to work. There's a bunch of different spark plug types like copper, platinum, iridium, but I just use what the manual says. So here's everything we're going to need. We have some canned air to blow out the debris. We have the Yamaha spark plugs. We have 4, since we have a 4-cylinder. Dielectric grease. We have the dual extension Craftsman ratchet, 192 tooth with a 5/8 spark plug wrench. We have some fuel line, safety goggles, and the famous gap tool so we can measure the gap. Before we get to the engine, let's confirm the gap on the spark plugs. We can check the user manual for the correct gap for this engine. A correctly gapped spark plug creates a strong, consistent spark. Too wide of a gap will lead to misfires, so this is what too wide of a gap would look like. Look at that. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And too narrow of a gap can lead to misfires where the spark is weak and incomplete combustion is occurring. So that actually looks perfect, but look at that. That won't even spark. It's way too narrow. Terrible. So the Yamaha manual says that the gap should be between 0.039 and 0.043 inches. So you can use one of these gap tools. You can see that's right around here. So if the spark plug's right around here, it's pretty good. So let's take the first plug. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. So this one's good. Take the next one. Oh my God. Look at that. That's from Sim Yamaha. From the World Wide Web. That one's perfect too. Just make it a little bigger. Look at that. Last one. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's go to the engine. Once we have the old plug out, we want to match up the new and old spark plug. So, for example, let's say that this is the spark plug that came out of the engine, and then this is the spark plug we got from parts. If we line these up, the piston is going to give the spark plug 5 big booms. And then you're going to owe 5 big booms out of your bank account for a new engine. So always match up the old and new spark plug. Let's take this protective cover off. It should just come off easily. Don't force it. Look at that. You can take it off at night. So we'll put that over to the side. And now we can grab our boot. So you can see we have our 4 spark plugs. Make sure you grab it by the actual boot. Don't pull it by the wire, but pull it by the boot. It's on there good. Kind of twist it around. There it goes. Okay. So check that out. That's what a spark plug boot looks like at night. So now we can take our 5/8 ratchet, make sure it's going lefty-loosey, and then go on and then crack it loose. Nice. Okay, so that took like almost no force to come off. So now I could just do the rest by hand. Check this out. Cylinder 1. Check that out. So that's cylinder 1. Looks pretty rich, but it's because this engine was fogged. So they're gonna look a little bit dark. Now, before you put the new one in, make sure the new one and old one are the same length. Because if they're not the same length, your piston's gonna give the spark plug 5 big booms. And this also has an aluminum head. So you have to be careful to not cross thread it. To do that, we can take our fuel line and spark plug and then push it on here. So now it'll be impossible to cross thread, so we just got to put it right back in that hole. So let's thread that in. And I like to just thread it all the way in until it stops. Okay, so now it stopped. I'll pull this off, and now we get to use our torque wrench. And always use a torque wrench for this, because if you're not a mechanic, you'll wreck your engine. So the manual calls for 18 foot-pounds. So you can get one of these torque wrenches for like 40 bucks off Amazon. All right, there we go. You could see 18 to 20 foot-pounds on the torque wrench, and we're all good. Look at that, 18 to 20 foot-pounds. We could take our torque wrench off and don't drop it. Now when we put the boot back on, put a little bit of dielectric grease in the boot. This will help keep moisture out, so just like a little tiny bit, and kind of put it up on the inside. Outside, and then we can just push that back on until we hear the snap. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to check out these 2 DIY tutorials. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope this saves you a bunch of money.